Sup gang, Sheets here with a quick guide on how to get your Thrayir Eyes of the Siren Stormcrow mount. This became available as of the 1107 patch and the addition of the Siren Isle. In order to get this mount, you have to obtain 5 different rune keys: the Whirling, the Torrential, the Thunderous, the Cyclonic, and the Turbulent. Each one requires a different set of things you have to do in order to obtain it. Some are easy, some are pretty time consuming. So let's go through from the easiest to the more difficult. A quick note before we get started, I actually wasn't recording when I was gathering these items. I started recording towards the end, so the very last rune key I do have recorded, but the rest of them I'm just going to run through and show you where I went and kind of how I did it to at least give you some pointers. First off, the easiest one is the Whirling Runekey. This drops from Thrayir the Forgotten. I don't know how you pronounce that. Basically, you just kill this guy in the Forgotten Vault and he drops it with a 100% drop chance. The next easiest is the Turbulent Runekey. To get this one, you have to collect 3 turbulent fragments that are scattered around the island. If you go to this Wowhead article in my description, you can see the coordinates and just go right to them and pick them up. The next easiest would be the Thunderous Runekey. To make this, you have to loot 5 Thunderous fragments from chests around the island. The thing that got me on these is finding the actual chests. They're not just out in the open like other chests you see. What happens is when you're nearby one, this wind swirly animation will form around your character and flow to where the chest is. Then you have to go to that location and an extra action button will show up, hit the button, and that'll make the chest actually lootable. I'd say the drop chance is 1 in 4 or 5. It took me about 25 to 30 chests to get all of them. Now the next 2 I'd say is debatable on which one is more difficult. Now that I know how to do it correctly, I'd say the Torrential is more difficult just because it takes more time. So we'll talk about that one first. You can join an LFG group. There's a ton of them, and these 2 locations right here are typically where people do it. You get in a group of 5 and just go back and forth killing everything in sight because these can drop from any mob on the island. I got all 7 within a 2-hour window. Someone else in one of my groups was telling me they got an average of 1 every 30 minutes. Some people get it faster, some people it takes longer. Total RNG, so I'd say set aside about 2 hours to farm this one out. And then the last one is the Cyclonic Runekey. This drops from Zakul the Shipbreaker, and this is repeatable, farmable, so you can just keep looking in LFG for custom groups where Zek is up and just kill him over and over. I killed him 70 times and only remember seeing it drop for other people twice, and I never got it. And then I saw a Wowhead comment that said you can fish for it nearby. So I went over to this location right here and just fished in the open water. A lot of people get it within 30 casts. I got it on my 52nd, but still way faster than going in LFG and finding a group for Zek every time, as that takes forever. So I definitely recommend you just fish this. It'll be much easier. So once you have all of the items, some of them you just have to right click and it'll create the actual rune key. You go back to the Forgotten Vault, go to this room over here, and then you click on each runestone. That'll make this bird show up. You can talk to it to get the quest and then immediately turn it in to get the mountain. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys get it soon, and I hope this was helpful.